All right. Okay, this thing is tripping, but it looks like it's working. And I've done tests already, but okay, we're gonna roll with it. Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 62 of my FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there's a blog which is at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com, or maybe you could try myfxbuddies.com, but you have to use HTTPS as in Sam. There is video content at spotify.com. I believe if you are a paying subscriber there, and then audio, I'm positive is free. Um, what's the other one? Well, there's others. Apple, Amazon, all those. You could just search my FX buddies. Oh, RSS.com. They have a transcript, which is pretty good. All right, so it is Saturday, and I did not think I would be here, right? I was like, oh, it's going to be slow. It's Memorial Day weekend here in America. Well, they surprised me. Okay, so we'll just get right into it. I feel like I'm YouTube. If you are listening on YouTube, yes, I said listening, because what looks like it's a video is not a video, right? The image is stagnant. It does not change. So, if you would like to see the video, under the box that appears to be a video is the word more. Click on that word, then another little box pops up, and there's a link to the blog where the actual video is. Because I use Rumble. Is it Rumble? I think it is. That's where I host the video. They're just a little more, well, whatever. All right, we won't go there. Okay, so the title article came out today, actually. So, it is Saturday, May 25th, 2024. It is a nice day. I have the window open, so you're going to hear the traffic. And yeah. All right. And it's early enough. I am doing this early, so I already see I'm probably going to do another post tomorrow because some other articles came out, but I want to read them more. But I probably will post again tomorrow. It looks like they are just doing work, which is good in Iraq, right? Okay, so the government sees clear indicators. The parallel dollar will be equal to the official one. And guess when? In the coming days. Which we don't know what that means, right? But they haven't said it in a long time. And the person saying this is Mohammed Saleh, the advisor to the prime minister. So, and then he says there's two reasons, but I only see one. But let's see. If I'm reading it again for like the 8th time, maybe the second one will pop out at me. So it says, Saleh in a press statement, so he was interviewed. The price of the dollar will be 1320, so 1320 dinars in the coming days. Because if you don't know, the parallel dollar is 1450. It's even crept up to 1480 in some places. So there's a difference there. But the point is, some people believe if they get the parallel market dollar price to this 1320, which is the price that's on the CBI, then we'll see maybe 1-to-1, maybe a full RV, right? Okay, so that's why this is, I'm not going to say exciting. This is encouraging. But anyway, noting that the important factors that work to reduce the value of the US dollar against the Iraqi dinar in the parallel market will remain centered on two important variables. The first of which is the rise capabilities of operating banks to comply with external transfer rules. Okay, and he explained The indicators are witnessing a cumulative increase according to which the percentage of requested and executed requests in foreign currency for the benefit of financing foreign trade for the private sector through official transfer ports. See, they could have just said the increase in the private sector through official transfer ports, right? He could have left all those other words out. Anyway, so what he's saying there is they're selling more dollars, but it's for trade and it's going through the proper channels. So that's taking away the demand for the dollar on the street, which is making the price come down. Okay, so that's one. I don't see the second one, do you? For more than 2 months, the exchange rate of the dollar against the dinar have stabilized, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. I don't know if they only want to mention that one or I don't know. But whatever. I like seeing that. And I said, oh, let me throw this in here. This actually is not what I was going to post about. I was already going to post for this really big news, which doesn't mean we're going to the bank anytime soon, but it's big for them. Okay. Here's some people, an economic researcher, saying protecting banks and exchange companies from sanctions is the most important file for the central bank. So he's still complaining, but he does say the central bank recently began some reforms, and these reforms were reflected in the monetary situation in general, as there is a decline in the dollar exchange rate, but at any moment, it may return to rising again. So he's like, yeah, okay, we see your results now, but at any moment, it could go back up, right? I thought that was funny. Okay. So there's a lot of articles about the budget, which we should expect, right? Because they're working on it right now. So if you'd like to read those articles, they are here. And they are putting the images, they're putting images of some, okay, and I'll tell you why I said some, of what they're looking at. They're putting it on TV. What they do in their news is there's certain things they take and they put it on TV, and then they have a pointer and they go over it and they explain it like a laser pointer, and they explain it what it is, right? And so they're doing that. And so the citizens who want to watch that, they're learning. All right. This is an interesting article. The dollar is leaking. Central bank sells in numbers, and an expert raises several questions. So he's saying you're not fooling me. I know the dollar's still getting out. And then there's a history and some numbers and the stuff I glaze over. But ultimately, here, from these numbers, it is clear that what affects the exchange rate in the local market is the decrease or increase in the central bank sales of foreign currency, which is mostly the dollar, right, through the remittance window, and not cash sales, which were not greatly affected over the previous years. So then he has some other things here. It's pretty long, pretty detailed, but some people will enjoy reading that. Okay, this came out yesterday, I think. So for 3 days this week, they were talking about getting off of this Middle East and North Africa Financial Action Task Force. They have a list. They were on the gray, Iraq was on that organization's gray list for money laundering. Now they are off the gray list and good. But let's see. Strengthening the value of the dinar. You may want to read this section. If you don't read the entire article, read that. And this one was pretty good too. Stimulating economic activities. All right. Oh, and strengthening Iraq's international reputation. Oh, and no, I'm just kidding. No, it is really a good article, but I know some people don't like to read long articles. Here, this was interesting. Something's going on with OPEC, like they do. They always try to manipulate to where they come on top, and it seems they want to hurt us. And I don't blame them, right? But we did like a 180 on them. Oh, we don't need oil anymore. We're going green. Right? Anyway, oil expert OPEC reports pulled the rug from under the Americans. So, if you want to read that, you can. Here's my one commercial. If you were self-employed and filed a Schedule C and CSEs, you may have a refund coming to you. And you can go here on the blog and you can click on this image, or you can click here on these words, and there's more information, and then you can apply right there to see if you qualify. All right. So these articles came out today. Those, aside from the top article, those were yesterday's. Some of yesterday's. All right. Look at this. Okay. This is, remember when I said some? They're showing some of what they're talking about. Listen to this. The government is trying to calm the provinces. We will add other amounts to your budgets. So right there, and there are, I just don't talk about it. There's lots of articles saying there's objections rather. The budget probably won't be approved before June 9th because they're messing with the allocations, and they're taking away from some people, giving other people more. There's people complaining about the amount, the dollar or dinar amount that's going to the Kurdish region, even though they are promised 12.67%, right? They're not promised X amount of dinars. They're promised 12.67. So if the budget is more, they're going to get more, right? But maybe they don't understand that. I don't know. But anyway, so there is friction. Is it real? Is it just for show? Who knows, right? But so all that's there, but whatever. But look at this. So they blah, 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 right? This is coming from the Ministry of Planning. They issued a statement in an attempt to calm the objections and said, the published numbers do not include many additional items that will contribute to raising budgets. What? Yes, the published numbers do not include many additional items. So there again is proof they're working with two separate books. Here's one for the peasants, the people. You get to see these numbers, but really over here, here's what we're working with. And then that would mean they're not even showing the local government, right? Because it's the local governments that are complaining. They're not even showing the local government the real numbers. So I thought that was interesting. And then again, it says the financial allocations for the governance within the 2024 budget, noting that there are other amounts that will be allocated to the governance. So there you have it, twice in one article. And if you go to the blog, I bolded those words so you don't have to read the whole thing. Okay, here's another article. Iraq Central Bank says regulated dollar transactions are rising. So remember, the first article we read talked about the increase in percentage and blah, blah, blah. Here, this is a little longer. This talks about SWIFT and the central bank going through the Federal Reserve and all of that, and how it was out of control. Now the dollar transactions are regulated and they're rising. More people, so people are still getting dollars, but they're regulated transactions, which is good in their eyes. Plus you have the pilgrims, the people making their way, the Hajj, which is the journey to the black rock that they walk around. what is that? Media, no. Mecca. The Mecca, they go there. So they are very specific. There's specific branches they can go to. They have to have all their paperwork. If they don't have an account with that bank, they're going to be forced to open a bank. So they're getting dollars. $3,000 is the max they can get, but they're going through the regulated channels. So it's working. All right, and you can see that is pretty long. But also, you know what? It's not because it's scrunched, for lack of a better word. It's scrunched, right? To fit. This blog format is a cell phone format. So they're not full page sentences. They're scrunched. I don't know. Whatever. All right. I thought this was really weird. Alina Romanowski tweeted, she's the um, um, American ambassador to Iraq, right? The durability of American car increases the desire of Iraqis to own it. And they do, right? They want trucks and they want Cadillacs, and I think Lincolns also. The Lincoln SUVs are coveted over there. But isn't that a weird article to have out? And then if you can go see this video, oh my gosh. The guy in the video, he has on cowboy boots. Yeah, it's funny, but hey, that's what we ship out, right? We ship out debt and sin. But anyway, okay, let me hurry up. All right. Now, NATO actually, there was another article I wanted to put here, but I couldn't find it. Because uh, they are gonna, it looks like they are gonna end. Remember Jenny from the UN? Her portion of the mission is over, and it looks like they are not going to renew it directly. Because remember I told you she's now in Lebanon, which is a neighbor. But there's this really long article. Oh, you know what? I think it's right here. Yep, here it is. I forgot to post it. Changing Iraq's image. So you know what? I'm going to post this tomorrow. This is really good. Why Iraq wants the UN's political mission to wind down. I didn't want this post to be a 30-minute post. So I'm going to post that tomorrow. But it's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. All right. Oops. Here. So we can skip that. Here's a short version of that. The departure of the United Nations mission from Iraq is an important step for Sudanese government because it makes it look like he's in control, right? So we can skip that. You can read that if you want. Government measures to maximize revenues and reduce budget deficits. I wish they would just come out and say, we're going to change our rate. And then we're going to pass laws. And we're going to have all these investors come in, right? But no, they don't. I do like this sentence right here. By launching the project movement new without delay or stop. So remember I think I told you in the last blog post, there's all these articles every day about new projects. Just money being allocated and Sudanese going around shaking hands and cutting ribbons and laying cornerstones and stuff like that. So, but I like that without delay or stop. Okay, here, this is the big news for the day. The central bank launches the national lending strategy in Iraq. And there's not a whole lot of details. And it's going to contribute to financing more projects and give the private sector a good space to be a real partner in achieving development goals and blah, blah, blah. Let's see. So they really want that article is everywhere. They tweeted about it and it's already on the CBI. So I wanted to show you these pictures. For some reason, they didn't post to the blog. Oh, well, I'm going to try to get them there, okay? But, oh, there's really a lot of articles here. Okay, here. So see, they're not there. So I'm going to try to get them there. But since they're not showing, thought I'd come over here. This is Aaliyah Locke. And I don't know who these other people are. But, oh, German. These are the Germans. Okay. Um, there's Aaliyah Locke speaking. I'd love to know what this says. It looks like there's 3 different packages, right? And I may be, no, that's blurry. I was gonna say, I may be able to translate that. And then here they are. I believe this is Muhammad Saleh. Because his belly and his hair, I'm pretty sure that's Muhammad Saleh. But in this, I may be able to translate that. That's one of the German guys. I'm not sure who that is. Is his name there? No. But anyway, so you can see how there's a variety of people there. Tribal dressed people, business suit people. The ladies have their hair covered. For the most part, yeah. I don't know. I'm interested in things like that. Okay, so this is the CBI. There was something else I wanted to show you. Oops, no, that's not it. I thought I put it next to the CBI. Well, there's an explosion of some sort. Here, see this? An explosion. And no one is, I'm not going to post it. No one, it just happened. It happened Saturday morning. So maybe by tomorrow morning there'll be more details out about that. And what's really upsetting to me anyway, it's they're targeting the Iraqi soldiers are the only ones at these bases. Unless it's not advertised that we're there, that American soldiers are there and they're there. But the ones that are dying, that the headlines are 7 soldiers died, 15 injured, they're Iraqi soldiers. All right. We're gonna end because I didn't want this to be 30 minutes, but here, um, like I said, mostly there's articles about the budget. Here, objections delaying voting on the 2024 budget. Like I said, maybe it's just friction because they have to have friction. Maybe it's real. Who knows? Here's an article about Arab banks expand in Iraq because of Washington. So they're saying we would prefer to build up other Arab banks instead of Iraq's banks. And I don't know, maybe true. But yeah, so interesting articles, but not exciting articles, right? Okay, so I wanted to close out with Nvidia. Now, this is by no means financial advice, but I have been following stocks for 30 years. And there's an opportunity every now and then. You don't even have to see an opportunity coming. Jeez Louise. I'm trying to get the... So, even one of the ladies, there's a there's a show that I like to watch, and they bring different people on to talk about different things, right? And so she's like, I don't even know what they do, but I've been looking at the charts and their, all their information, and insider buying and, all the stuff that you're supposed to look at when you're evaluating a stock. And so she's like, yeah, our company, they always have to disclose if they own it or not or whatever. But, so right now, one share of Nvidia as of Friday's close is 1,065. Let's just round that up. They are going to do a 10-to-1 split. So that means if you own 2 shares today, the split is going to be done on June 7th. You will own 20 shares, but the price comes down. So the opportunity is you don't have $1,000. You don't have $2,000, but you might have 100. Let's say it would be $107. We don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be somewhere about there. Like me, I have fractional, right? I put in $10.71. I don't even know when I put it in. And I was like, you know what? I own Nvidia. Let me go see. And it's up to $54. So what I think I'm going to do anyway, is the day before they do, or maybe 2 days before they do the split, I'm going to pull that money out, and maybe it'll be $60 by then, right? Then when they reduce the price, I'm going to go buy fractional, and I'll have almost a whole share, right? If it's $60 that it gets to, because I'm using Robinhood, and Robinhood, there's no fees for buying or selling. Um, but if if I had if I had $2,000 saved, just sitting in savings in a bank, and we know the trouble with the banks, right? I just don't talk about that up here, but trust me, I follow stuff. Anyway, that's a place where you could have, you're kind of outside of the banking system, right? In whatever brokerage you might use, but it's going to grow. Oh, yeah, because they have done instances, the historical charts were showing companies with the statistical characteristics that Nvidia has when they do a split, which they already did. They did do a split before, I forget what year, then it rises up, right? So that, of course, even though you can't judge future on past performance, it seems very likely that Nvidia's stock price will continue to rise, and they are even set to be a 3 trillion market cap company, and the only other two 3 trillion companies are Apple and Microsoft. So yeah, so look into that. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Nvidia, their stock symbol is NVDA. Again, that is not financial advice. I just am trying to get the word out. All right. So, on behalf of, nope, not supposed to say that here. Accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. If there's a subscribe, follow, whatever, join button wherever you're enjoying this content, click that, swipe that, tap that. The next time I update, if everything works like it's supposed to, you'll be notified. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time frame you're enjoying this content. And if you don't come back until next week, happy Memorial Day, or celebrate Memorial Day. It's not really a happy day, right? But we do want to honor those who gave their lives for our wonderful country. All right. That's it. Until next time.